We saw the goals that MoAuba scored. We saw some fantastic performances. Anything that caught your eye in that round too?
A stat I've actually managed to pluck out of the ether, Brandon. 318 goals were scored in round 2 alone. They're the sort of stats that you get, Brandon.
And I believe as well the Xbox players scored more than the PlayStation players as well. But it's like 5 goals difference. But it's safe to say goals are flying in at the moment here in Bucharest, and this is a great game. The games are getting better and better as we go through now. Fifilza, we're going to go with on the pronunciation there. The Brazilian, signed for Wolverhampton Wanderers shortly after Turin. Obviously, the first signing of the new club in the Premier League. Oh my days, MoAuba.
MoAuba.
It's like a rocket. Every single time that ball touches someone's foot in the right area, a rocket straight into the top corner.
He just scores worldies for fun.
Look at this. Bang! Barring in again. It's one of those shots that the keeper can't even get to because it's hitting the woodwork and bouncing every single time. But what I'm so interested about this game is you've got MoAuba who tries the big shots. They used to call them the Hollywood-esque goals. Then you've got Fifilza who tries to pass it into the back end net as such. Maybe that Barcelona, kind of back in the day, the way they played and the way they just passed the ball into the back of the net. I'm interested to see these two play styles. You've got someone from Brazil, you've got someone from Germany, and more importantly, 2 people that represent football clubs.
Yeah, 2 people who represent football clubs. I think one thing about Fifilza as well, underbundled. So they've got that plan A, they've got that plan B. This is something that their ethos really is all about, having different strategies for different types of games. Analysing games down to...
There's that quick pass that we know about.
The frames of the play themselves. And that's why you can do these quick one-time passes, because you sat there 10 hours, 12 hours a day just watching gameplay.
Great save there from Neuer, and you can just see how Fifilza plays as the Brazilian. He's got a massive social media following over there, and obviously congratulations to him on that move to Wolverhampton Wanderers. And one of the other players they have signed, the 3rd team in the Premier League to get involved as well in esports before, of course, the EPL was announced, where all will be involved next year. But MoAuba, you saw all the Twitters going around, all the videos go around on Twitter. Just the goals he's been scoring. He's just scored another thunderbolt finish. Here comes Fifilza now. There we go. Look how quick he's playing around this final box. It's going to be too quick for me to keep up with in commentary.
Yeah, you're going to have your work cut out trying to the play-by-play as this game does go on. I think one of the big things, well, not one of the big things, one of the little things that I'm going to read a lot into, because that's what I do. MoAuba, when Jimmy and Spencer were talking, he was there smiling. He weren't actually readied up for the game. Fifilza had his head down, he was readied up, probably about 2 or 3 minutes.
Just giving that extra time to wait as such. I know they obviously might be waiting for an admin call to get the game underway, but that difference, of just Fifilza was there. He was ready, he was press ready. Then you got MoAuba having a joke, the guy said doing a few autographs. And then starts the game. Here we go again. This is MoAuba on the attack.
And inside 7 minutes, he's 1-0 up.
With an incredible goal. He scored, it seems like he averages 2 good goals a game. Like, when I say a good goal, I mean an incredible goal a game. Here he comes. Oh, this is Fifilza now. He's through. Is he onside? Yes, he is. Went for a finesse around the keeper. Neuer spreaded himself well just to get the save in. Now he's through as well. Ronaldo.
Yeah, didn't actually need to do a drag back there, and he actually gave away possession there. Has Fifilza.
The key thing about this game, Richard, whoever wins it, has got themselves into the knockouts. They've got themselves those 3 wins, and you just obviously playing forward up to round 5 for a better, you could say, seeding as such in the knockout stages.
If you are just joining us, some of the people, their current standings in the Swiss style coming into round 3. You've got Aggie from North Esports 1-1, F2 Tex, The Stranger, Nicholas Maestro, and Tom Stokes, all 2-0 after the second round of fixtures did conclude.
And a word on a special player from maybe the rest of the world region. Obviously, he's just gone 2-0 after beating Gorilla. Marcus Gomes from Melbourne City has beat Gorilla.
Speaking of Gorilla,
7-2 scoreline.
He's currently 1-1, TAS 1-1, and Megabit 1-1. So you could have some extremely tasty 1-1 fixtures coming up.
And for some people who are on 0-2, unfortunately, like Roma Alexander, it's a case of win this game and try and keep yourself in there, and then have to go into round 4 and try and win that one as well. But we shall see. One step at a time for all these guys. They're both on 2-0 though, these. So if they do lose one of these 2, they've still got that chance of getting through. But I'm sure both of them want to get it done straight away and get those 3 wins on the board here in Bucharest, and then ensure that they're going to be bumping up, Richard, into you could say the last 32 or the last 16 on their console, ensuring that they're going to get more points, more prize money if they have a bad day tomorrow, and just basically just stamping themselves down on this tournament, just saying, right, I'm here, I'm playing FIFA, I was good in the previous tournament for MoAuba's example, or on the other side of that, Fifilza's like, I've had a lot of hype coming into this tournament, and that's why.
Yeah, no one came here just to get out of the Swiss style and to earn a few points and to earn a bit of prize money, to earn a bit of Christmas money. People came to win tournaments, to get maximum amounts of points up for grabs, and to really just solidify themselves as the best at the minute. MoAuba is on his way.
Onside, Pele. No, he's not. Just a little bit too far ahead. One thing I'd say for Fifilza is the way you can. Someone said about the guys were saying he thinks like 2 or 3 steps ahead of the game. Like, if you know his passing patterns, he knows exactly what runs his players are going to make. Look, we can just appreciate it right now. Look, when he moves forward, of course, he intercepted that time. But around the edge of the box, we'll proper have a look, and I'm sure if he does score a goal, we'll see it on the replay as well.
Imagine your Sunday league. This is your training session. Your manager's just gone, one touch only. That's exactly what it looks like for Fifilza.
He only needs to play one touch. The only thing I'm going to say on that is you've got to be careful against MoAuba. If you drop too far back with your CDMs on the edge of that box and you give that pocket of space, something that we talked about quite a lot last year on FIFA 18, around the edge of the box when obviously time finishing wasn't a thing, the finesses were still deadly. Around that edge of the box, if you give him that pocket of space, you could leave yourself in trouble. And again, against a player like MoAuba, you can time it so well, you can't really be doing that.
Yeah, it's clinical right now. If you get any sort of player who is good on the time finish, who can get it yellow, even green, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be conceding goals no matter how good you are, because they give you that bit of diversity that you can go left, you can go right, you can hit it first time. The quicker you take the shot, the less time your opponent has got to react to being the goalkeeper, to manually moving. You see the possession, we expected that from Fifilza, 55% to Mo's 45%, but it's that stat at the top of the screen that is all important. 1-0 Werder Bremen against Wolves.
I think it was in maybe FIFA 17, I want to say, or maybe FIFA 18, where they brought in, there was like an addition they brought in about how the goalkeepers will react. Like, if you take a shot early, like the keeper, maybe not as much so in this FIFA, but like the keeper would essentially like take that 1 second delay on making a save or dive in, and you see it with the way that you can move the keeper now in this one. It's still so clinical, as you're saying, Richard, about being quick with your decisions. Someone that makes great decisions, Fifilza. That first half for me, it was a case of MoAuba would not let him play. He was trying to play, he was trying to get the ball down. The way that MoAuba was pressing, he was breaking up the play, like maybe 5-6 passes in, he would break the play up, get the ball back, make sure that Fifilza has to reset again, and I can imagine it's quite frustrating for him. He's got an attack now, though, as the Brazilian from Wolverhampton Wanderers. There's the through ball, play it across if he can. Neuer, get your hands on that one. He hasn't again. Ronaldinho tried to recycle to the back post.
I'm just looking at that chance there. The only reason that chance ever got created was because MoAuba got Alexandro and he sprinted 20 yards to close down the ball to try and press quickly. He just played it a little 1-2 in behind.
There's risks with that if you're going to pull people out of position. Look at Alexandro again. He's completely out of position. Lucky enough, got away with that one to get himself back, but it's going to be a case of mistakes in this game. They both seem very solid, both of these players. And remember, they've both won their first 2 games here in Bucarest, and you could say the confidence is flying high for both of them.
Yeah, 100%. Both of these players 2-0. They've set themselves up perfectly for getting out of this Swiss-style format. Just need to win one more best of 2.
Fifilza now. Ronaldinho, the fellow Brazilian for him. You saw the idea it was timed as well. Was that finesse?
Good block, good bit of defensive work. I think it was Kyle Walker there. In at right back. Not really expecting anybody else to be used at right back.
Seen Thomas Meunier in 1 or 2 teams.
Yes, 6'3". He's got that height about him that Walker doesn't possess.
Here we go. Seems like a little bit open at the back, does MoAuba. Fifilza coming forward. Cruyff, pull it. Out to R9 Ronaldo. Again, lovely to see the Brazilians involved, representing obviously one of 6 Brazilian FIFA players in this tournament. Look how he's moving that ball around. He's surprised he's just onside. But you can see the intentions that he's trying to do. When it's that quick, you actually can't defend. Like, you know, we play on weekend league. If you play, like, if you try and like for like about 10 minutes in a game, just keep moving the ball, like first time passes, it's actually impossible to literally tackle unless it's a bad pass.
Yeah,
that's the only one.
MoAuba don't really play like that on the opposite side of it. He waits for the chance that's pretty much 99-95% chance of going in, or he has a pot shot, as we've seen.
Here we go, edge of the box, and that shot went for the left corner instead of the right, which you could have saw would have been an easy finesse to take for him. Throw-in. Whipped across the edge of the box, not round here. We know what he's like. There's the finesse, and again, it's timed. It's a perfect finish every single time, if it's on target or if it's not being blocked. 65 minutes in this one, and still only one goal to separate the two here in round 3 of the FUT Champions Cup in Bucarest. Playing up to round 5 today, then knockouts tomorrow, and then through to the finals, or the final day on Sunday.
Good play there. Just completely missing Hullet, Vieira and Alexandro. Just take them out of the equation completely.
Hullet to Cruyff. He's done well there, Ferdinand. Pause has been made by Fifilza. He's just been, I'd say, frustrated as such. He's been getting in the final third, but it's just been those extra few touches that MoAuba has been able to get on his plays. For example, like that. You can see the scores as well from round 2. Anything taking your fancy there, Richard? F2 Tech's 5-4 win against Megabit.
We saw that game get wrapped up on stream 5-4. Pro Owns, big German content creator with over 850,000 subscribers. 5-2 victory against Ajax Joey.
Off the post on the rebound, surely!
Offside.
He's offside.
Just offside, yeah.
Just offside, off the post. It was the original shot. I'm going to say if Melvin was there from Bundled, I'm sure he would have been celebrating that one before he saw it was offside.
Poacher with a big win up against Spider-Con as well.
That game there as well, an all-English clash between #Ryan and Jambo. Ryan does get his first one on the board there, a 9-3 win.
Seeing the substitutes here coming out from MoAuba. Looks like Thierry Henry up top and prime Ronaldinho in at left cam. 92 pace, 90 shooting.
And here's the substitutions.
Brazilian hero.
The substitution has been made though. It looks like we'll be able to see it in a second. Some of the substitutions that have been made. I think that will be MoAuba if he's bringing on Jordi Alba. He tends to like that, like to make that change a little bit later on. Here's MoAuba outside the boot. What a save, Neuer. That could have easily went into the back of the net, but just got enough round it. Remember, this is only the first game between the two. There's the front post. Flick on off the bar.
One thing I've just noticed there, MoAuba's got real Ferdinand on his corners.
Taking them?
Yeah.
Must have a bit of belief in him for him to do that.
You see him there just sprinting back into position.
There you go. Both players are out of position now. I think that's Rio Ferdinand and Jordi Alba. The sub, the left-back super sub, Neymar, play him through, or score yourself. Neymar, save, out for a corner.
Tale of two goalkeepers this game, some massive saves, Manuel Neuer at both ends of the pitch.
Just look how he's controlling his keeper as well, is MoAuba. He's going to move him, he's going to take him out, he's made that dive. The animation could easily just go through the back of him, maybe even go for a pen, you never know. Vieira chips it back inside, is he onside? There's Neymar, yes he was. Great save from Neuer again. And we're in for a really good last 10 minutes here. Eusebio, through ball, look at the back post if he can play it. Henry plays it all the way across, surely save, rebound, yes it's in! Ronaldinho will score that one, and MoAuba will lead by 2-0 in game number 1.
Massive second goal, potentially in the complexion of this game. It's been very, very nip and tuck all the way through, but MoAuba with a late goal to double his lead after this first leg.
If you notice what he did there as well, Richard, played that through, just tried to spread that back, offensive shapes as much as possible. Played it out on the right with Cristiano Ronaldo, tried to open up as much space as possible, then play that ball across when he saw that run from Ronaldinho. And that could be a huge 2-goal advantage. Again, I'm not saying it's over because we know in competitive FIFA you should never call a game off, even at like 3 or 4-0 up. We've seen some of the games we've seen over the last 18, 24 months in competitive FIFA and some of the scorelines that have been turned around. Fifilza, though, can he get himself a goal going into game number 2? Added time will be hitting us, you could say, in a second or two. Look how he's moving around that ball. I feel like maybe it's one pass too much. One pass. It's kind of a... There we go. There's that finesse. That was Neymar, I should be saying. I'm sorry, saying it's R9. It's easy for us to, to not complain as such or critique of the way he plays. Sometimes it is one pass too much. When it works, it's great, but sometimes it's one pass too much occasionally. Yeah,
it's very easy to be the so-called backseat gamer to say, oh, you should have done this in this occasion, you should have done that in that occasion, but right there, it looked like he just overcomplicated it, one pass too many. And he's going to get the last attack of this game. Aubameyang snuffs it out, 2-0 after the first leg.